Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 5. Would like to convey a discussion about managing terminal container. Thank you, Mr. Widodo, for being a lecturer on shipping expedition. Our member first Atika Merla, second Jan Angelia, third Asmira Sari, and the last Siti Mardiana. Okay, let's go straight to explanation of the first material explained by Dian Angelia.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Next, I will explain about planning and scheduling. First, capacity planning. Determine the maximum capacity of the terminal to avoid overbooking and ensure that the available facilities are sufficient to handle the expected container volume. Second, ship scheduling. Manage vessel arrival and departure schedules to minimize waiting time and ensure operational efficiency. Nah, maksud dari penjelasan di atas adalah perencanaan dan penjadwalan. Nah, perencanaan penjadwalan ini terdiri dari dua. Yang pertama yaitu perencanaan kapasitas. Perencanaan kapasitas itu sendiri yaitu untuk menentukan kapasitas maksimum terminal untuk menghindari pemesanan yang berlebih dan pastikan fasilitas yang tersedia cukup untuk menangani volume peti kemas yang diharapkan. Kemudian yang kedua yaitu ada penjadwalan kapal. Nah, kita harus mengelola jadwal kedatangan dan keberangkatan kapal untuk meminimalkan waktu tunggu dan memastikan efisiensi operasional. Okay, next slide about operational. First, container receiving and shipping, loading and unloading process. Second, container storage, storing containers in the file. Third, space management, container stack organization. Nah, maksud dari penjelasan di atas yaitu menjelaskan tentang operasional. Nah, operasional yaitu ada 3. Yang pertama yaitu penerimaan dan pengiriman kontainer, di mana melakukan bongkar muat proses. Kemudian yang kedua, penyimpanan kontainer, menyimpan kontainer di lapangan. Dan yang terakhir yaitu manajemen ruangan, organisasi tumpukan kontainer itu sendiri.
Thank you, Dian Angelia. Next material explained by Asmira Sari.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Well, I will explain about safety security. First, string monitoring. Implement a comprehensive security system, including CCTV surveillance and access control products to ensure safety in the area. 2. Good infection. Conduct truck imperfection of container to prevent misuse or threat, so that incoming and outgoing good and safe. Last, alert, emergency plan, and disaster preparedness training are in place to deal with unexpected incidents so that you can respond quick and effectively. Yaitu tentang keselamatan dan keamanan. Yang pertama itu pengawasan ketat, menerapkan sistem keamanan yang komprehensif termasuk pengawasan CCTV dan prosedur kontrol akses untuk memastikan keselamatan di area tersebut. Yang kedua ada inspeksi barang, yaitu melakukan inspeksi menyeluruh terhadap kontainer untuk mencegah penyalahgunaan atau ancaman, sehingga barang-barang yang masuk keluar aman. Yang terakhir ada siaga, yaitu memiliki rencana darurat dan pelatihan kesiagaan bencana untuk menghadapi insiden yang tidak terduga sehingga bisa merespon dengan cepat dan efektif.
I will explain about Have to Information Technology. The first Terminal Management System or TMS track the movement of the container, yang dimana sistem ini juga digunakan untuk mengelola investasi kontainer, merencanakan pergerakan kontainer, dan mengoptimalkan penggunaan ruang di terminal. The second Automation, Implementation of Technology for Efficiency, yang dimana penggunaan teknologi ini untuk menggantikan tugas yang biasanya dilakukan oleh manusia. Hal ini dapat dilakukan dengan menggunakan mesin perangkat lunak. Next material about Complex Air Regulation. The first maritime regulation comply with international and national regulation, yang dimana peraturan internasional ini dibuat oleh organisasi internasional seperti Organisasi Maritim Internasional dan berlaku untuk semua negara anggota. Sedangkan peraturan nasional, peraturan ini dibuat oleh masing-masing negara dan berlaku untuk kapal yang berbendera negara tersebut. The second, documentation and custom. Manage export and import documentation. Dokumentasi ekspor dan impor ini sangat penting untuk memastikan kelancaran arus barang dan kepatuhan terhadap peraturan perdagangan internasional. Next material explained by Dian Angelia.
Okay, next I will explain about environmental management. First, waste management. Management waste generated from terminal operational to minimize environmental impact. Second, energy efficiency. Adopt more energy efficiency and environmentally friendly practice such as the use of electrically powered application and LED lighting. Nah, maksudnya yaitu menjelaskan tentang manajemen lingkungan. Yang pertama ada pengelolaan limbah, di mana mengelola limbah yang dihasilkan dari pengoperasian terminal untuk meminimalkan dampak lingkungan. Kemudian yang terakhir ada efisiensi energi. Untuk menerapkan praktik yang lebih hemat energi dan ramah lingkungan, seperti penggunaan peralatan bertenaga listrik dan lampu LED.
Okay, thank you. Next material explained by Siti Mardiana.
Thank you, moderator. Next, I will explain about training and development. Employee training provide periodic training to employee on operational procedure safety and the use of new technologies. Next, professional development. Ensure employee career development through certification programs and expand resource. Jadi, pelatihan dan pengembangan karyawan. Pelatihan karyawan adalah program yang dirancang untuk memberikan pengetahuan dan keterampilan baru kepada karyawan. Kemudian pengembangan profesional adalah upaya untuk meningkatkan kemampuan dan karir karyawan melalui program pendidikan dan sertifikasi.
Okay, thank you. Next material explained by Asmira Sari.
Thank you, moderator. Next, I will explain about customer service. Customer service is to provide prompt assistance to customer to respond to their complaints, provide needs information, and resolve problems that arise. Monitoring and evaluation is conduct regularly to assess how to service in running and how satisfy customer so as to identify area that need improvement. Baiklah, maksudnya adalah saya akan menjelaskan tentang layanan pelanggan. Layanan pelanggan adalah memberikan bantuan yang cepat kepada pelanggan untuk menangani keluhan mereka, memberikan informasi yang dibutuhkan, dan menyelesaikan masalah yang muncul. Monitoring dan evaluasi dilakukan secara teratur untuk menilai bagaimana layanan berjalan dan seberapa puas pelanggan sehingga dapat mengidentifikasi area yang perlu ditingkatkan.
Next we will show a video related to our material.
America works because of our ports. They serve as critical hubs connecting all of our nation's modes of transportation that deliver the goods we use at work, home, and school. Ports are very busy places. Indeed, the busiest ones in the U.S. are larger than some cities and have thousands of people working 24 hours a day. While large ports along our country's coast load and unload massive ships from other countries, smaller terminals move materials between U.S. cities and on barges through our nation's inland waterway system. But who makes the ports work, and what type of logistics are involved in keeping operations humming? The process starts when a company orders materials to be delivered from overseas by ship. A logistics company worker, such as a freight forwarder or customs broker, arranges for a container to be filled with items like tennis shoes, computers, or bicycles. The container is then taken to a port and on schedule loaded onto a ship headed to the United States. On arrival day, a highly experienced sailor called a harbor pilot meets the incoming ship at sea to bring it safely into port. A tugboat comes alongside as it nears the port and guides the pilot to a pier for docking. Landside workers at the terminal, called longshoremen, secure the ship so workers can unload it. Skilled crane operators perched in cabs well above the ground lift containers off the ships and transfer them to straddle carriers that move the big boxes to waiting trucks. The largest vessels can hold more than 18,000 containers. That's why ports literally operate around the clock. Truck drivers offload the containers in a large lot at the port called a yard, but the story's not over there. Now those containers and other so-called break bulk items offloaded by longshoremen must reach their final destination. That means the yard workers move materials to on-site railroad terminals, other vessels such as inland barges, or waiting trucks that take goods to warehouses and distribution centers, to local airports, or directly to the customer like your local Walmart. No matter the size or location, all ports require employees, and ports nationwide need them now more than ever. All require skilled trade labor such as welders, electricians, mechanics, and crane operators, customs officers and port police, transportation professionals, including harbor pilots, vessel operators, truck drivers, dispatchers, and train engineers, port managers, operations supervisors and IT, human resources, marketing, and administrative personnel. In addition to hiring their own employees, ports work with local organizations including freight forwarding companies, longshoremen and warehouse unions, pilot associations, shipping lines, tugboat companies, third-party logistics providers, and much more. They may work on-site at the port or at their own company's location as part of the port's transportation network. As aging workers retire, technology continues to advance and our economy grows. So will the number of job openings at ports and their partner companies and organizations. Some require only a high school diploma, while others must have advanced degrees and credentials. If you're interested in learning more about opportunities in America's ports, visit the Southeast Maritime and Transportation Center website at maritimetechnology.org. For a long-lasting, well-paying career around the water, it's a smart choice.
Next, I will explain about video hour material. Jadi, cuplikan video tersebut menjelaskan pentingnya pelabuhan di Amerika Serikat dalam menghubungkan berbagai modal transportasi untuk distribusi barang, menyoroti proses logistik dari pengisian kontainer hingga distribusi akhir. Ini melibatkan berbagai pekerja terampil dan kerjasama dengan organisasi lain. Hal ini relevan dengan managing container terminals karena menekankan koordinasi logistik, kebutuhan tenaga kerja, proses bongkar muat, dan pentingnya kolaborasi untuk operasi pelabuhan yang efisien. Slide, I will explain about summary. Managing a container terminal involves careful planning and scheduling, efficient operational, and maintaining security and safety. Information technology and automation play an important role in improving efficiency, while coordination with various stakeholders and regulatory compliance are essential for smooth operation. Employee training and development, environmental management, and good customer service are also key components in successful containers terminal management. Jadi, mengelola terminal peti kemas mencakup perencanaan matang, penjadwalan yang tepat waktu, dan operasi yang efisien serta cepat. Sambil menjaga keamanan dan keselamatan kerja, penggunaan teknologi informasi dan sistem optimasi sangat penting untuk meningkatkan efisiensi, koordinasi dengan berbagai pihak, dan kepatuhan terhadap peraturan juga diperlukan untuk kelancaran operasi. Dan juga pelatihan dan pengembangan karyawan juga membantu manajemen lingkungan yang baik, serta pelayanan pelanggan yang memuaskan juga merupakan elemen kunci dalam pengelolaan terminal peti kemas yang berhasil.
Okay, thank you our member. I think our discussion enough. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.